Okay, 4-color Reanimator, or as we used to call this back during Innistrad Standard, a Frights deck. Unburial Rites being our way to reanimate things, so has flashback, which makes it really powerful. So this means we can mill over into this and then cast it on the 4th turn and get back powerful threats like Elesh, Norn, or Jin-Gitaxias here. We fill up our graveyard in a variety of ways. We're splashing red for Faithless Looting, Lightning Axe, and Ox of Agonas. And then we've got Mire Triton, Grisly Salvage, and Ashiok as other ways to get things into the bin. Ashiok, notably here, always exiles our opponent's graveyard, even when we target ourselves to mill. So Ashiok is in this deck as an enabler. We're going to be milling ourselves with this card. This, I think, is one that newer players are going to gloss over in the Historic Anthology, but this is low-key one of the best graveyard decks enablers in Historic now. 5 cards is a lot of cards, and this helps you hit your land drops or find other creatures that you don't want in the bin. So this adds consistency. Yeah, this is a main deck hate card for the Dragonstorm deck we were just playing against too, which is kind of funny. So let's go ahead and dive on into some games here with this and see how flooping Elesh Norn into play goes today. For reference, there is a real chance that this deck as 4 colors is not good and the mana is not consistent enough for it to be playable. We have a Mardu build in the queue, and there's probably a reasonable Abzan build as well. So there's lots of different directions you're going to want to try and build these Reanimator decks in. It's going to take us a few weeks to try and figure out which ones are ideal. Nabor from Hell. Well, welcome from Hell to Hooklandia. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for the support. Will I buy the Praetors in Phyrexian? I don't think so. I'm a big fan of being able to read my cards. Yesterday felt so empty without scheduled Jeff. I had to fill my day with other activities. Apologies. Fair warning. Summer is coming up, and I am intending to become a human being and take some time off in June in particular. So we have the Hooklandia Open this weekend on Sunday the 30th. And then for most of June, I'm going to be off on the weekends. There will not be another Open until July. And the kids are doing Cub Scout Day Camp one of the weeks in June. So I'm going to be taking 3 days off for that. And maybe we'll do some weekend streams around there when I take weekdays off. We'll see. They are kind of scamps, to be fair. All right, well, we're not casting this card anytime soon, so let's ditch that one. My older son technically doesn't have to have a parent there with him. He's 7, but Christy is their den leader. So we're pretty involved with what they do, so I imagine we'll be going on their stuff for the foreseeable future. We Grisly Salvage to start here, huh? Thank you for all your streaming done during the pandemic. I finally got myself in a great spot financially, so I can subscribe to your channel. Thanks for taking the time to do that. I wouldn't be here without folks like you, Amber. Appreciate you keeping me around. Man, Mire Triton, I really want to hit a land here, but Mire Triton is like also really good. I guess the upside here is that Blooming Marsh is an untapped land, so I can Thoughtseize without shocking this turn. I think that's the play. How's Cub Scouts with the religious aspect? It depends on where your pack or troop is chartered out of. So the Cub pack that we're a part of is chartered out of a public school, so the religious aspect of it, well, they're technically not chartered out of the school, but they meet at a school, so we basically don't really do anything religious specifically. The religious parts of the Cub thing that goes on for the different ranks and stuff, we let parents do individually at home with their kids. So if I take this, this is going to be a 2/2 with haste. I think I take their creature here. Boda! Thanks for the 35 months. Welcome back. Okay. I mean, if we draw an untapped land next turn, we could play a game of Magic. You know, maybe I should have ditched the Ox earlier so I could escape this. Not ditching the Ox earlier might cost us this game. Okay, and now at this point, I think I want to tap like this. So this was how I salvage into the other Ox. I can escape it. Looking to hit a Mire Triton with this. Looking for Mire Triton or Ox here. And neither of those things still were dead. That's unfortunate. Yeah, and this is one of those little things where, like, as we play this deck more, we're gonna get to learn the ins and outs of it, right? So like, oh, I should ditch this earlier, etc. Things of that nature. Fatal Push in, Cling in, Abrade in, Platinum Angel in. Thoughtseize is out. What do I want to trim here? Yeah, I could have ditched the Ox to the Axe, or I got to Faithless Looting that game too. Oh, I guess Witherbloom Command is technically a game too, huh? I can kill some of their things too. There is no objectively best reanimate target in this format. The answer is, it varies. Yeah, the extra gens are for the control matchup. I'm going to trim the Ashiok here. And we'll trim the Oxes since I'm bringing in Clings as a different way to escape cards. Yeah, there's no Gristlebrands in this format, which is a good thing, by the way. The fact that the best reanimate target's going to be conditional depending on your matchup is great. Hey, thanks for the tier 3, Beansy. Welcome back. So far only played 2 games, obviously, but our mana has been functional 2 games in a row, which is great. You love to see it. And even if they shock the Goose here, right? The Goose is still going to have gained me 3 down the line, which is lovely. Is Ulamog a decent reanimation target? I think it's worse than Elesh, Norn, and Jin. That's my wife in chat, by the way, Krillydactyl. And she mentioned if people have questions about Scout stuff, you could ping her in Discord. We just pathed here, right? Yeah, Velocamist is a good reanimation target too, but that's for a kind of a different style of deck, right? Like, I expect the Velocamist deck on my website to still be decent. That's just like a kind of different variation of Reanimator. Yeah, this is an instant. This card is really good, chat. Okay, so these were trading anyways, though, right? Doesn't really matter here, right? I have all my colors. Is it too aggro to just like Unburial Rites by Mire Triton? Probably. We start with this. Nardlit, thanks for the quarter view. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I'm gonna ditch the second rates and this, and then I am gonna be a little aggressive here, and I'm gonna shock this to cycle the Triome, I think. I could go tapped land, eat the food, but we're at 15, so I guess 12 kind of. Man, where's Iona when you need her, chat? Speaking of busted reanimation targets. Ooh, that felt real good. Kill your thing, gain 2. Nice, nice. Make Bolas great again. Thank you for the 25 months. I believe we've done that here in Hoaglandia. The Grixis deck on the fan favorite section of my website is quite good. Okay, so with this many things in my bin, I think I'm supposed to start using my graveyard in case they draw like graveyard hate. There's a Thragtusk for next turn. Got him. Alright, so we're done here, right? I'm gonna put a Thragtusk into play. So we're at 16, we're at 19, we're kind of at 15. We're at plenty is what I'm saying. I'm gonna hold this land in my hand, so we might discard it to Faithless Looting. Let's lead on this, because if it mills something over, we can Unburial Rites it by shocking in a land. Scotty! Thanks for the 20 months. Welcome back. Don't mind if it does. Thanks for the follow, Battle Spoon. Welcome to the channel this afternoon. Man, the Open's gonna be gas this weekend. I am super, super excited for the Open this weekend. You want to watch a historic tournament with full coverage? Be sure to tune in here all day on Sunday. Myself and Covert Go Blue will be casting that tournament. If you want to play in that tournament, still time to sign up. All these sweet historic anthology cards will be legal for it. It'd be a good time. Yeah, CGB was an excellent co-commentator for the last for 2 times ago. Looking forward to having him back. Yeah, this is fine, right? Yeah, we've had Jim. I've had Jim for 2 of them as well. I'm gonna try and rotate through some new folks just to get a range of different people on stream. Assuming our plans line up, Ali Andrazi has tentatively agreed to commentate the July Open with me. Like I said, we're going to be taking June off so I can do family stuff and other things throughout the course of the month, but... Goose is really good against all these aggro decks. Am I discarding the other looting here? I kind of feel like I'm supposed to discard the other looting here, right? No, it's to do stuff with the children I already have, Bob. We're done with 3. 3's a good number. Okay, I think I'm ditching the other looting. I kind of want these land drops at this point. I don't think Goose is worth shocking in here. This is a very commanding attack out of the opponent here, chat. Are we dead to double command? Double command is... Yeah, double command's exactly lethal here. Because each command is 6, and they had 3 already. I'm not dead yet! I'm not dead yet! Butters! Thanks for the 2 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Almost positive. Thanks for the 17 months. We can gain 3 more here in a pinch. We can use the Goose to eat the food and cast a Cling. Hey, thanks for the 27 months, Demir. Welcome back. Alright, so... I think I'm supposed to just leave myself dead to a burn spell here. I think we're supposed to, like, Fatal Push the Pyromancer, Flashback Faithless Looting as the play to win line. I guess I can start with looting and make a decision from there. I think the play to win line is go to 1 here, right? We're dead to any instant or sorcery anyways. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, lizard on a chair, take my hands, we'll make it, I swear. Do do, be do 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 do, be do 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 do. Ventrapta, thanks for the brand new sub. Welcome to the channel. I appreciate the support. I think I'm supposed to put that into play tapped. I think we just make a food this turn. Dragonstorm was awesome. If you think the Dragonstorm deck looks sweet, you should watch it on YouTube for sure. I'm gonna get a banner and put it on the website. Awkward. Thanks for the 12 months, by the way. Look who finally decided to show up, chat. The Untapped extension was made available to the public today. Ah, yes, Roiling Vortex. Welcome to the party. Right on time. Goose is the hero of this story. We would not be here without my friend the Goose, chat. Nah, I think I want to gain 3 here. And then ideally this is gonna find us another salvage next turn. Or another Unburial Rites, sorry. That's what I meant to say. Card is so good, chat! Goodbye, friends. Crunch. This... Man, this is easily the best historic anthology we've had, chat. Easily the best. And it's not particularly close. Nom. Do you hear that, chat? If you listen really carefully, you can hear the sound of thousands of wild cards crying out in pain. Romeo, thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. For keeping me around. I'm gonna Thoughtseize plus tap lands here. I think they're Phoenix, Bob. That's true too. For anybody out there that's thinking about building any deck similar to what I have in my deck queue so far today, I have already purchased NFTs and filed patents for Praetor Reanimator and Dragonstorm and all the other decks that we worked on Tuesday. So if you are thinking about building or playing one of these decks yourself, make sure I get the credit I deserve, chat. These are very unique ideas that only my big brain could have come up with. I think we take the Stormwing here, right? Because I don't want them to cast it next turn. We just Mire Triton here, huh? I like Mire Triton tapped land. Hey, thanks for the half a year, Miles Cornish. Welcome back. For people that are new to the channel, by the way, and maybe this will cause some of them to unfollow, but that's fine, I won't miss them. The NFT thing is a joke. Cryptocurrency is bullshit that's largely responsible for accelerating climate change and scamming people out of their money. So, you know, just to make sure my position is accurately represented. Whatever small marginal upsides you're gonna actually me about with regards to good things that cryptocurrencies have done, they do not outweigh the downsides. But Jeff, the climate's harmed more by printing real money than by cryptocurrency. Yeah, money has a purpose, and it's backed by a government. And feel free to fuck right on off and don't let the door hit you in the... I like how I give... Nothing is more peak Twitch chat than me giving you the prerequisite, don't fucking actually me, and then some neckbeard pipes up and actuallys me. Like, come on, stop it, get some help. It's a small shame that I banned that person, because now I'm unable to ask them, you know, how much money they have invested in cryptocurrency personally. Remember, chat, cryptocurrency is MLM. It's a pyramid scheme for people that think they're too cool and too smart to get got by a pyramid scheme. That's all it is. Whenever somebody tries to sell you something on cryptocurrency, they're trying to get you to buy in to their pyramid scheme to push their value up. Yeah, it's the new timeshare is a great comparison. Thanks for the follow, BWS. Man, chat, is this Elesh Norn card good? I think this Elesh Norn card might be good. You let me know what you think. It's not a pyramid scheme, it's a triangle management scheme. Thragtusk has been great too. Never forget, data doesn't lie, but liars love data, chat. Thanks for the follow, Augustella. Welcome to the channel this afternoon. I just shoved Elesh Rites into Mardu Pyromancer and it's been hot. That sounds wonderful. Inverted funnel system. I wonder if we'll see these decks move towards like main deck Brazen Borrowers and stuff if these Unburial Rites decks are going to be a thing. Yes, the new overlay is significantly better than Cardboard Live. Chat, Cardboard Live was literally the only option. It was the only reason people used it. I fully expect... Oh no! Arclight Phoenix! Oh no! Oh, dead. Good night, pigeons. Nice burbs. Nice burbs. Alright, so if we find another Elesh Norn here, we win the game. So, for reference, can a judge double check me on this? But if I Unburial Rites a second Elesh Norn, their things get -4 for a second and die, right? That's how magic works? Yes, sick, sweet, state-based actions. Yeah, because the they check to kill them at the same time my legendary rule checks. Yeah, great, cool. That was how it worked in my head, and it's good to hear that it works in reality the same way. Okay, so I think I want these Maelstrom Pulses. I want these Cling to Dust. Do I want Jin-Gitaxias? I think I want Jin-Gitaxias, chat. I don't know if he's good, but he's definitely gasoline. Chat, to the people saying, will MTGA know that's how it works? Magic Arena actually has a very solid rules engine. Almost all of the complaints I would have related to things around Magic Arena are in no way, shape, or form related to the rules engine itself. Oh, actually, Mire Triton's pretty bad here, right? It doesn't really block anything. It just self-mills a little bit. Okay, leaving a couple of Thoughtseizes. Try and pick apart their density or tag one of their threat. Tagging their threat that game wasn't bad. The rest of my removal doesn't line up well into what they have going on. I think we're bidding this. I don't have a Faithless Looting in sight to get it into the bin. This is better or comparable? It's not really comparable to Ultimatum of Alclador. Completely different deck / archetypes. This is a great draw with the Blooming Marsh here, because now I get to Thoughtseize them here, go Gilded Goose plus tap land next turn, and curve out really elegantly. Something that's important to note if you're going to be playing this archetype that's good to know. If they memory lapse your flashed back spell gets exiled still. Now, that's a little counterintuitive for some newer players. That's very important to know when you're sequencing and determining how you're doing things. I shocked this in so I could cling a Phoenix here if they try and bring it back. And then hopefully they like tap off this memory lapse to try and get back a Sky Chicken here. And then we get to like hit Unburial Rites plus threat on this Grisly Salvage. Alright, exile your chicken in response. If we have a good salvage here, it could be incredible. Well, shit. We found a Faithless Looting, so like it wasn't all bricks. That could be useful. I would like the record to reflect that our mana base has been stellar this set. One of the concerns when building and working on this deck was, will the mana be functional? And so far the answer to that question seems like a solid yes. I don't know if the deck in and of itself is powerful enough to be something worth doing, but I've been able to cast my spells every game that we've played so far, which is like step one, right? Are my spells castable? The answer so far is yes. Yeah, and one of the reasons people commenting, one of the reasons why our mana base is functional is in large part due to how the spells in this deck are aligned, right? Like people noting that Ox is the only double colored card, and your mana bases and your spells you're trying to cast go hand in hand. One of the ways you make multicolored decks like this work more consistently is being careful with what spells you're putting in that you're trying to cast. How does it work with escape cards? Escape cards should go back on top of your deck. Flashback explicitly says as part of the flashback mechanic, if this card would go anywhere other than exile, exile it instead, if you read the flashback rules text. You're casting Elesh, Norn, things have gone horrifically wrong. I actually disagree with that sentiment. I think there are a number of situations under which casting Elesh, Norn is fine. Yeah, this is low-key, maybe not even low-key. This is the best card in their deck. It's the reason why their deck works. Like, our deck has a lot of incidental life gain. You will probably cast Elesh Norn more often than you would think in this archetype. No, Elesh Norn is technically double pip as well, Dr. Mister. I like where your head's at, though. Thanks for the half a year, CPU. Welcome back. Yeah, but like, our deck has a lot of ways to survive, right? Like, we have a lot of interaction. And like, consider a game where like, you Rites an Elesh Norn, it wrapped the creature's deck's board, and then they killed it with the removal spell, and then like, you just survived through your interaction to get to that 7 mana. Hey, McDoulian, thanks for the 2 years. Your recent top 5 videos voice was pleasant. It was some audiobook level stuff. Thanks. Lieutenant Smash, thanks for the brand new tier 1 sub. Welcome to the channel. That's my super chill voice. I think we've died, chat. Hey, awesome, Baked Muffins. Glad to have you on Sunday. If it's your first Hoaglandia Open, which I would guess from your sub icon, make sure you read all the tournament rules and procedures, and make sure you get into the subscriber Discord server and know how to share your screen upon request. Hey, what's going on, Smash? Good to have you for a live one. It's been sweet so far. We're dying in this game currently, but the other games with this deck have been good. Dragonstorm to start was awesome. Is Frights a reference to something? Yeah, it's what we called this deck back in the Boomer days. Do I want... Maybe I want Fatal Push in this matchup because Sprite Dragon's so good. Hey, Lestic, thanks for the brand new sub. Welcome to the channel. Good afternoon. Yeah, all our colors of mana, some setup, a bomb diggity, a little bit of interaction. The Dead Sea. Thanks for dropping the prime off again. Have a Pillar of Flame in hand that they didn't board out. Oh, looting, sure. Frights stood for French Rights because the French team at Worlds was the ones that brought it. Ah! I forgot about that bit of history. I think you're right, though, speaking of. That sounds correct. And if it's not correct, I reject your reality and substitute my own, because it's 2021 and facts don't matter on the internet. Thanks for the sub-gifteebs. I think I am going to Faithless Looting... ditch these, then play a tapped land. You know, maybe it's actually wrong to ditch the Unburial Rites here because of the possibility of a counterspell. It could definitely be the case. Definitely want to just go ahead and get this out of here before it gets scary. Thanks for the follow, Myris. Again, just noting that our mana is functional here, which is nice. It's... It's our first time getting to draw 7 cards, chat. Even if they have Lightning Axe, we still got to draw 7. Yeah, they have 1 turn with their hand to answer it, but we still get to draw 7, chat. Because we draw at end of turn. That one. Wow, this is pretty unlucky, having to discard to hand size. Definitely a never lucky stream. Should I ditch the Ox? Yeah, probably. Listen, chat, if this card was printed in 2020 or later, it would also give us an unlimited hand size. Can you believe this crap? Excuse me? Excuse me? Well, they're either about to put 2 Phoenixes into play and make us real sad, or the game is over. They could go Red Source Lightning Axe here still. They're tanking on this looting. Okay, one bird. Okay, so we're taking 10 down to 5, and then their hands going away. Ooh, baby, baby. Baby, baby. Listen, chat. I don't know if this deck is good, but it's definitely great. Bid them! All of them! Put them in the discard pile! Get them out of here! Oh, yeah. So, I actually don't want to Unburial Rites this turn, because there's a good chance wait. Unburial Ritesing... What kills me if I Unburial Rites? Is there anything? Because Phoenix is turned off, right? They can't, because it's dead. I guess they could go cantrip into cantrip. Yeah, they could go cantrip into cantrip. No, because I have to shock. Yeah, I think we're supposed to Goose plus Cling. I think we're supposed to Goose plus Cling here is the conservative play. They did brainstorm to set up the top of their deck here too. They did brainstorm to set up the top of their deck. No, I think I need to gain 3 and get rid of their Phoenix. They don't really have enough mana to do anything with looting. I think I want to just go to 11. It's a European conservative play, so it's still liberal by US standards. Ooh, it's funny because it's sad. All right, Goose, you gained 8. Thunk. Oh, yeah. Those sweet, sweet Magic the Gathering cards, chat. Oh, man. Delicious. That's the good stuff right there. That's the good stuff. Uh-oh, chat. Hide your memes. They're coming for us. Man, what a low variance, high skill game. What a low variance, high skill experience. All right, so we'll bring in Platinum Angel. Cling over Ox is our escape card of choice. Bring in all this spot removal. Imagine if all those Thoughtseizes had been removal spells in that first game, right? Like, we would have been fine there. You know, those games are going to happen. Spike Girl's good, gets a lot of free games ones. Hey, this isn't good enough post board here. -3, -1 doesn't kill too much. Killing Elf with command's just super slow. This card's so good in these matchups. Also, just to like pat myself on the back for deck building a little bit more. Not only have we been able to cast our spells every game so far, but my buddy lands have come into play untapped every single time so far in this set, which has felt real good. Iska and Real Ouch, thanks for the follows. Welcome to the channel. We have played this deck and Dragonstorm so far today, and they've both been excellent. I could be greedy and take the Mire Triton there, but I think we're just supposed to do this and just roll up the Thragtusk guaranteed for next turn. That doesn't cast Questing Beast. Yikes, does cast that. Woof. Yeah, unfortunately here, just no Unburial Rites at the top, you know, over a third of our deck. Otherwise we might have been okay. Hey, thanks for the brand new Prime support. Isaac, I appreciate that. Wouldn't be here without the support of folks like you. Yep, dead to cleave as always. The Questing Beast Collecting Company builds will never not make me shake my head. It's max greed. Because you know they're playing Ember Cleave too, right? And their deck has like 25 Collecting Company hits. Sorry, they technically have like 28 Collected Company hits, but 8 of those hits are Pelt Collector and Land War Elves, so like, they're not really hits. You want 29 good hits in a Collected Company deck, which means things like Land War Elves and Pelt Collector don't count. Hey, I'm glad you enjoyed the YouTube stuff. Thanks for dropping in and helping support my content. Yeah, seems gas. The deck published by Channel Fireball in their pro section is 3 Company, 3 Cleave, 3 Questing Beast. How many Company hits does it have, Logan? Back to this gorgeous board. Can we always play on this one? Would love it. Yeah, the tiny people in the background are great. For sure. So I think we Thoughtseize plus Lightning Axe this turn, and then next turn we Grisly Salvage. It is definitely on the bright side. This is brand new in this patch, chat. For people that are saying, why haven't I seen this before? Because it's brand new. I don't have a link to the math offhand, no. Feel free to Google it or run the numbers yourself. Maybe I should have done this before I took the hit. Alright, so we're hoping to find untapped land and Elesh Norn here. I mean, it probably didn't get released with Kaladesh Masters because they were behind. I'd much rather they release something like this late rather than not release it at all. Well, shit. We found a Reanimator, but we did not find an untapped land. So we're taking 3, 4, 5, 6 and going to 6, and then maybe the life gain from Goose can keep us alive. I mean, to be fair, I can still cast all my spells this game. I'm just not casting them on curve. Alright, you deal negative wound to something, opponent. You do it. Yeah, we have a Thragtusk in the bin too. So this has to be a Tarkus command. It's not, so the game is over. So, Dr. Mr. Putty, I actually hope they don't go the Rune Terror route with shared boards. I actually really like the full boards that we have for a lot of Magic Arena. And the old card game I used to play that's now defunct and sad and gone, Hex TCG, they had game boards sold as a cosmetic where whoever lost the coin flip, their board displayed. So you just rotated back and forth between players' premium cosmetics if both players had a board. I thought that was a really elegant way to do it. I'd like to see that in Arena. Weedolf, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. How's Lightning Axe here? I think Lightning Axe is good, yeah. Like, it's just a removal spell that helps us get things into the bin. Yeah, that was Warhammer Age of Sigmar Champions that had cards you could scan in. Yeah, I don't know what our last cut is here. Honestly, it might just be Maelstrom Pulse. It's a little expensive. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 other pieces of spot removal. That's untap ban. It's excellent. It's a little slow, especially on the drop recipe. You get a full playset of each card in Anthology when you buy it. We did die to Gruul. This hand doesn't have any 1-mana spells in it, but we can cast most things here. Just had rogues mill me into Elesh, Norn, and Unburial Rites. God bless us, everyone. Man, rogues really took a pounding this expansion, huh? The audacity. Woof. Man, the opponent came to play, Chip. Feels done? No, Grisly Salvage means we're not done here. I can Grisly Salvage at end of turn, untap, and do a thing. So I pushed my own thing there so their Bone Crusher didn't resolve. Now we just need to find an untapped land and a fatty. Thragtusk or Elesh here both work. No, I don't want them to be able to take with Clothis a fatty that I ditched with the Grisly Salvage. Just like we drew it up. So they do get to tag the back half of Rites here, but wasn't the block on the Lavamancer free? Yes, it was. Good call. Well, they could have cast 2 spells from hand, right? Or no, it wasn't free. Their deck plays a Tarka's Command too, chat. Well, that land was pretty far from free. That block was pretty far from free. Yeah, we have hard cast Elesh Norn here as a threat now, which is great. We're gonna die to Tarka's Command ship. I think we're still dead, right? Honestly, pretty impressive showing for our deck here, right? Like, they had Relic into Klothys into all this pressure, and like, if I would have hit an Elesh Norn on our first Grisly Salvage, they'd have lost still. Okay, so the fact that they're on Relic, how many Relics could they be on if they're also on Klothys? 4 ways to kill Relic is probably fine. We've definitely had sessions where all we play against is just Guy Control. It's definitely a popular deck. Is there any card that kills Klothys in these colors? We could technically play Dromoka's Command. Kind of narrow, though. Might get caught with their hand in the cookie jar, chat. That one gentleman, thanks for the 10 months. Welcome back. Appreciate the support. Okay. Something lizard on a chair. Sometimes you just gonna die, chat. Sometimes you just gonna die. 1 Unburial Rites, please. Never lucky, chat. Straight from the desk of never lucky. Well, shit. Do you think Arena would let me play 6 Unburial Rites? I think 6 is the number of Unburial Rites I would like to play in this deck. Are they gonna draw with Bomat Courier here? This is where I would put my Burial Rites if I had any. Except 31 months Ardo. There's other like 5 mana Reanimate cards, but they're really not good. Yeah, we're not out of this game yet. Oh, I don't hate that. Yeah, blood for bones. I don't know that we have enough cheap things for that, right? I have Mire Triton and Geese. Ooh. Ooh, that's a really good one. Death's Majesty could be a playable card. Death's Majesty could be, because it's like, does stuff even when you don't have other things going on. I don't hate that idea. Let's try one of those. We're dead to everything, champ. We're dead to not having a reanimate spell. It didn't matter what our opponent was doing. I think it's Stitcher Supplier. I think Stitcher Supplier is an individually weak card that I'm not interested in playing. I think if you're playing Mardu or Abzan, you could play a shit card like Stitcher Supplier. But in general, I'd rather just put more good cards in my deck, because this is gonna be a really aggressive take, chat. But you'll win more games when you put more good cards in your deck. We have, I know chat is like currently reeling from getting really unlucky in a game, but like, we have plenty of ways to flip through our deck, chat. We've got Mire Triton and Salvage and Looting. Hey, thanks for the entire year, kitty. Hey, the Black Splash, thanks for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. What if we just like cut the Ashiok and played 2 Death's Majesty? This is also an enabler technically, right? And this is why she's yeah, I like this suggestion a lot, because she's a reanimate spell when we need a reanimate spell, and she mills us when she needs. I haven't escaped Ox yet, Precipic, so I don't know is the answer to your question. This card's gotta be absurd against control, right? This fills a similar role to Ashiok while also being a reanimate spell. Yeah, I like this suggestion. Is strategic planning instead of Ashiok a bad idea? Yes, because you managed to suggest a card for my 4-color deck that's the 1 color we're not playing. Thanks for the follow, Sir Grin. All right, first Gandalf of the day. Strap in and get ready to be miserable. Hey, Rubber Ducky, thanks for the 5 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Fangio and Untitled, welcome to the channel this afternoon. Happy Historic Anthology release day. Have a good one, Bubbick. Remember, you can catch up on everything on the YouTube channel later this evening. They do. This thing's better than a Wasteland because it doesn't take a land from them. But yeah, this is probably gonna strip mine us at some point. You know, chat, I'm gonna be honest. I'm just gonna concede to Jeskai control today. I'm looking to have fun on a set release day. I don't care about my rank. Playing against just guy control just isn't fun. Hey man, we've been live for 3 hours. It's been a fantastic set of games today. I'm not gonna let it get ruined and feel bad because of that deck. No, I don't feel like slogging through it. Think any of your decks will do well against control? I think this deck might do well against control. Conceding that matchup isn't about having the matchup be bad. It's about even when you're beating Jeskai control, it's still just not fun on average. It feels like this slog and none of your spells resolve, and you have to draw the same spell 5 times in a row while your spell doesn't resolve. Memory. There's a good chance memory lapse shouldn't be legal. It's funny, I usually don't have terribly strong takes on when cards get spoiled, but if you go back and watch my initial reaction to memory lapse, my Strixhaven Archives review, I believe my quote was, "However miserable you think this card is, trust me, it's a lot more miserable than that." And that's definitely felt like it's lived up to the expectation. I think Magic is a game. I think the best parts of Magic as a game are its combat system and decks like Jeskai control that don't play to the board and don't engage in combat at all, generally speaking, generate games that aren't fun or interesting in my opinion. If your deck plans to not involve any creatures, it probably doesn't generate what I would consider to be good games of Magic. Yeah, Shark Typhoon is also a very offensively powerful card. Honestly, is Shark Typhoon the best control card that Magic's printed in the last 2 decades? No, they go on sale for what they cost, and then eventually they rotate them out of the store. 3 mana Teferi, sure. Although, in typical Magic fashion, yeah, Jace the Mind Sculptor isn't even really good. Go look at modern control deck lists right now. I'm pretty sure most of them play more Shark Typhoon than Jace the Mind Sculptor. I'm gonna go fact check that now real quick. Anecdotally, a couple of deck lists that I looked at recently were playing more Shark Typhoons. Ooh, the sample Esper list actually isn't playing any Shark Typhoons. It's playing 3 Teferi Hero of Dominarias. Oh, Modern gets to play Snapcaster Mage. Snapcaster Mage skews the metrics a little bit, because Snapcaster Mage is a better control card than Shark Typhoon. Oh yeah, someone else was asking me about, am I interested in playing Modern again anytime soon? Yeah, no. Counter spells coming into that format soon. That sounds miserable too. Do I care about Thoughtseize? I think I'm just like casting Thragtusk here, right? Counterspell versus Lapse, and which is more miserable? It's probably playing 4 Pelt Collector too, right, Logan? So it's like playing like 20 good hits, if that. Ooh, that's a good point. If I was escaping Ox, maybe we keep Thoughtseize. Looking for an untapped red to escape Ox this turn. Wow, just no land. It's unfortunate. Counterspells in Modern? It's in Modern Horizons too. So it's coming. Nah, chat, my deck owes me a land. I'm gonna keep the Unburial Rites. They probably don't have a ton of ways to interact with this, right? Mire Triton doesn't block profitably, dies to Mayhem double board that out. Thragtusk life gain's actually probably important here, even if we can't really attack with it. Although I guess Elesh lets it attack in, huh? Maybe we'll trim Thoughtseizes here. Could trim around the edges here too. You can be like, don't go up to 3 of these, like a Thoughtseize and a couple of geese out. Liliana's Matt. Liliana is both an enabler and a reanimate spell. She's great. I'm pretty sure with her addition, we never board her out because she does both the things this deck wants to do. Yeah, there's a lot of just genuinely good designs in... There's a lot of genuinely good designs in Modern Horizons 2. Oh, yeah, sorry, Dr. Mister. Yeah, I don't really do queue bumps anymore. Because generally speaking, there aren't a ton of things in the queue. Everything's in there. Everything's in there with about the same amount of points. So, Modern has a lot of decks that you can play in it, and there's a lot of people that like it, but I would just warn you if you wanted to poke into it, Modern today basically doesn't resemble Modern from, 5 years ago at its heyday at all at this point. The format changed on a pretty fundamental level when Modern Horizons happened. I think Intangible Virtue would be a good addition to Esper Witch on YouTube. I don't think Intangible Virtue is a good addition to anything. The card's not very good. Individually weak cards that are synergy-based tend to not be good in Magic. Dragonstorm was awesome. I'm gonna get a banner for that one and put it on the website based on the set we played today alone. me go ahead and kill this. Kiki, there is actually a Kiki core deck that sees some play, Jet. It's a Yorion deck at this point, though. So you play 80 cards. Why is this deck called Fright? So people like you could ask why it's called Fright. Magic Zoomers, chat. Ooh, one thing I didn't think about was I didn't consider my mana base adding a double black card. We're probably okay. So it's actually not 4-color rights, Lampton. Fright stands for French rights. Oh yeah, Ashiok was double black. Good call.
I have bigger demons to deal with.
Good call. I've talked about this on stream before, but for reference, I think all of Karsten's numbers are 1 to 2 too low, ideally. What he considers an acceptable rate of failure and what my opinion is an acceptable rate of failure are different. I would love Vendilion Click to come to Historic. Oh, no! Look at the way they massacred my gal, chat. Look at the way they massacred my gal. The sheer audacity. A sideboard card in my Historic? First off, how dare you? It might be wrong to attack here, because attacking here lets them escape the Cling, but escaping the Cling exiles most Shriners. I think that's pretty okay for us, too. It's happening anyways, sure. We got Green Urborg. Well, you know. Hey, Hearsay. Thanks for the brand new sub. Welcome to the channel. Appreciate the support. Thanks for the follow, Flupik. This Lightning Axe will kill this Wellspring for 6 mana, which is nice. Green is the color pie, chat, for reference. Man. Oh, man. Am I supposed to kill this goose so that way I can attack with Maverick? Yeah, or definitely ditching Jin to kill the Wellspring. Nah, I think I'm just chilling. Hey, thanks for the 42 months, Waterfalls. Welcome back. Was that a Top Gun reference, and am I old for spotting it? Yes and yes. Yes, yes on all counts. I guess I'll hold on to this to try and clear, like, a cling out of their hand before I cast an Unburial Rites. I think Surgical would be a fine addition to this format. I also don't know that the graveyard decks are really powerful enough at this point to justify adding a card like that to the format, though. Like, I don't know that it's necessary. Like, I think, for example, Relic of Progenitus is a much better card for that kind of effect. Dee-doo, be-dee-dee-dee, be-doo, dee-dee-dee-dee-dee, be-dee-doo. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Ready? Who's ready for that hard cast Elesh Norn life, chat? I have not. I will take a peek at the Horizon stuff this evening. As much as I enjoy playing games like Horizon Zero Dawn, they are not my job. Alright, we've had first Praetors, yes, but what about second Praetors, chat? How has Elesh Norn been? Excellent. She's our queen. M'lady. Is it wrong that I'm hoping we get decked by Core Hugger at some point? Yes, very wrong. Hey, 15 cards in deck, chat. Goodbye, cat. My first match against Gandalf is finally over. It took an hour and 20 minutes. Was ultimately defeated by a Teferi alt. Yep. Yep. See how much more fun Magic is, chat, when you just concede to the Teferis? Also, think about it this way, too. If you concede constantly to Jeskai control, you'll inflate its win rate, increasing the probability that Memory Lapse gets banned. You're not only saving yourself time and headache, but you're doing the Lord's work, working towards an honorable goal. I could be right to mulligan this. I really want some Faithless Looting. I don't think, what's it called? Jeskai Control is too good based on the metrics, but Memory Lapse is just a very frustrating card to play against. Never didn't have it. Swish. Peace was never an option, chap. I feel like I don't really have the time or incentive to Thoughtseize here, right? I'm just gonna go ahead and ditch that. Then we'll just, like, keep cards that play to the board. Death's Majesty looking really good here. Sorry, I apologize. I did that to us. That's my fault, chat. I'll take the L on that one. It's a good draw. You have the NFT for the deck? Yes, I have NFTs and patents filed for every deck in the queue today to make sure I get proper credit in case anybody tries to play them. People will be hearing from my lawyers. So we kill Oven here, and then they have to eat a land, and then we get to Maelstrom Pulse them? This seems like a win for us, right? And I'm pretty sure pulsing Korvold this turn is better than Unburial Rites-ing Elesh. As sad as that is to say. If they have something like a Soul Guide Lantern or a Relic here, we could be in trouble. But if they don't interact with our... I guess they could have Cling as well. If they don't interact with our graveyard, we're in a great spot. Okay, so I can Maelstrom Pulse this, cast Goose, play Ox. I could also just Rites the Elesh Norn. I probably want to Rites the Elesh Norn while they're tapped out, right? I guess that's worse against a removal spell. I kind of want a Goose Ox here. I think I'm gonna Goose Ox. Get the draw 3 while the getting is good. The chains back on the escape animation! Yay! Yay, chains! And sick! Now we just get to do this, right? Just like not care about Cling. Sick. Sweet. Yeah, look at that. Rewarded for not Elesh Norning last turn. Read them like a book, chat. Read them like a book. Man, this... I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't expecting this deck to feel reasonable and competitive, and I was superly pleasantly surprised. Liliana Death Majesty, I think, really feels like she was a good extra card to kind of tie the room together. I like that she's an additional way to bring things back, because like we had games where we got stranded without a reanimate spell, but when we don't have something to reanimate, she also helps mill us into something, and she's just a good value card, right? Like another 5-mana value card. I got the Ashiok because it was like the only thing I had to fit this in, and I wanted some more ways to reanimate things. Hey, thanks for the Beasley, Luke, and thank you for the brand new Prime support, Schmo. The mana in this deck worked out fantastically. If you want to see us build this deck live on stream, you should check out the deck building session on YouTube, and I kind of went through my thought process of how I was approaching building the mana base, and I'm really glad that the mana in practice worked out just like it did in theory during the deck building. So yeah, was super happy with this. I don't think I'd change anything else after that set, and honestly, I'm gonna throw some kind of Reanimator deck up on the website with Elesh Norn because she's great and might as well be the gas 4-color one. All right, what are we doing next? We're gonna change decks.